Hello everyone, and welcome to another one of my video channels. My name is Ed Walker, and in this video we're going to cover transferring your data rather than taking it to someone such as myself who does it for a fee. What I'm going to do is show you what you're going to need, and relatively easy. First thing you do is you're going to have access to another computer. In the laptop or the desktop, you need to pull the hard drive. This is what this is. These are the hard drives. Okay? And then I'll show you the equipment you need to accomplish the task. You would do this rather than take it to a computer shop if you wanted to get all your pictures, your music, your documents. If you want to have a safe, secure way to get all of your files. Before you try to reload Windows or replace the hard drive, a lot of people come down here that get a newer computer and they want their user files off the other drive. And we're going to show you how to do this and what equipment you use and what I like to use in transferring files. So with that said, let's get on with it and show you how this is accomplished. There's several ways to do this. First of all, we have what I use and what I like to transfer the data is a small docking station. Okay. The reason I like this, it has places for my USB. So when I transfer from my drive, I can go right to a USB. Okay. These happen to be 3.0. That's a little faster. Okay. This will take a large 3.5 drive, hard drive, which is a spindle drive, or it will take the little laptop size 2.5 in this, okay? This is powered up by AC and a USB also, okay? The two drives will fit in this are, of course, the 3.5, which these are kind of phasing out. They'll always have them because the storage capacity is a lot cheaper than your solid state drive, for example. Your solid state drives are very expensive when you start getting into terabytes. But for a fraction of the cost of a solid state, you can get several terabytes on one of these. And a lot of them will use these as a backup, which will be an external backup that will hold your drive, and then it'll go by power and USB to your computer or laptop. Okay. Then we also have external hard drives, which is the 2.5. Okay, whether it's a spindle drive or whether it's a solid state drive, and there's no power cord; it just goes by USB. Okay. Now, this one is a spindle, and this is a laptop, size laptop, and it is 2.5, okay. And it will also fit in this as well as the 3.5. Okay. We have, if you notice, on the back of these drives, you can tell they have a spindle on. This actually has magnets in it, and it kind of hovers through the magnets. And when the platter spins, that does its readings right. Okay, and both of them. Okay. Now the solid state drive, if you notice, has no spindle wheel there. It's all solid state, no moving parts. Yeah. And these will also not only go on a laptop if you want to replace the drive, but also in a desktop. And you would remove to the desktop is probably the large 3.5. So what they have is they have these kits you can buy, which is a caddy that is this size to mount into your desktop, and you can mount this right inside that caddy. And therefore, you went from a 3.5 drive, solid state or whatever. So, what we're going to do is I'm going to walk you through how you can get your data, save your data. It'll be a substantial savings if you take it to somebody like myself that does this. The fees are high depending on the volume of your data that you want to save. Now, even though you have one of these, good price, I think you can get these for under $50. Okay, now really like it because I have where I can put USB flash drives or some drive to transfer the data to. They also have this, which is all your SATA connections, and then it's just a USB. Like a computer, and then you're on the computer you're working on, you can go to transfer all your data through that. Of course, a SATA, this connection, which will fit either a solid state or the larger hard drive spindle. Same connections. Okay? The only thing is in here, whether they're small or large, you can see SATA connection in there. Once it sits right in there. Okay? So, why don't we get started? What we're going to do, I think I'll go ahead and start with small hard drive, spindle drive. These are under $10. Okay. So I'm going to insert this in, and I'm also going to take my flash drive, this docking station. You can look it up on YouTube. I think I got this from Amazon, but it's just make sure that it has, when you buy these, that it does have the USB connection on it also. I'll try to get this close enough so you can read what it is. And that's a docking station. The other one is just an adapter, SATA to USB. Now I'm going to go ahead, if I have this in here, I'm going to plug in the USB. Okay. Anytime you insert anything into the docking station, make sure that it is off. It has a power switch on the back, right there, on and off. Okay. So once you have them connected, all you have to do is just push the button. I've got it hooked up to this computer that I'm on now. you how to do this data using the docking station. Okay. And you can also, instead of a docking station, you can take one, either docking station with one of these drives here, the external drive, and you can also put them on an external drive from the docking station. Okay. In case you already have those. If you have a drive that is good and it just won't boot or anything, and that's the reason you get the files off it, you can also format it after that and make an external backup. Get a case and put it in that. Okay. All right, let's get started. Let me just go ahead and minimize me there. Okay. First of all, on your computer, you should have, it makes it easier to have this icon right here, this PC. This PC shows all your drives. There's other ways to get to it, but this is the quickest. And how you get this, if you do not have it, is somewhere blank on the desktop. Just right click, go down to personalize, bottom. And then you want to go to, on the left column here, you want to click on themes. And then over to your right is your desktop icon setting. Now, this would happen to be a smaller screen. For example, it wouldn't show to the right because it's not large enough. So therefore, it would be scroll down in your related settings, desktop icon settings right there. What we're going to do, we're going to click on desktop icon settings, and I already have it checked. I always make sure I have computer, user files, and control. By default, recycle things. Just make sure that there's a check mark in computer. Okay? And then come down and hit OK. That will give you this PC. If I double click on this PC, it shows my drive. Here's my local disk, which is my C, my boot up drive on this particular computer. And of course, this one happens to have a DVD drive. All right. Now, I'm going to go ahead and turn the unit on. See, some of these are coming up. This is actually the drive that we're looking at. I close everything out here. And I want to see the drive letters and all that. So, here in my computer, here's the two drives I've had. Okay. This one here I know is my USB. It's empty. It's drive E. This is the Windows, which is on the drive that we're getting the data from. Windows will always put a drive letter, the next letter, however many different devices you have that are either a storage device, any storage device, USB, hard drive, whatever. So that's it. You don't have to pay attention to the recovery. That's just the recovery part of that partition. It has to do with Windows and all that stuff. So what we're going to do is we're going to go ahead and click on not the recovery, but we're going to click on the other Windows. Okay. There'll always be a user's file, and you want to double click and then you're going to see default user and public and that sort of thing. You want to find a name, whatever your name was for this PC or whatever. Um, you find it other than public, whatever name would be in here. If you double click on this name, it's going to come up that you don't have current permission to access this folder. And you'll see the bar going across there. Say continue. And you wait for this bar, and it may take some time, but just wait for it. If you can get the files, they're accessible, then it will bring up this section right here. So I have my contacts that you don't need. But here's what I'm really interested in: my documents, my downloads, my favorites, my music, OneDrive, pictures or videos. Okay? So if I go, for example, let's double click on documents. These are all the documents. I can take these one at a time if I wanted to. For example, this one, I can right click on it, and I go send to. Now this is where you want to remember the drivers. Remember the ADA? This is my actual drive. And if I click on that, that file will automatically go to the USB that I'm sending it to from the bad drive. Okay? Are you with me? All right. So, and let's say if we wanted, let's look at favorites. It uses the whole list of favorites that you may want. This is your music. There's nothing in there right now. So, pictures. Oh wow, a lot of pictures. You can click on any one of these and take the picture one at a time and do the send to. You know, one at a time, open these up, and just go click, right click, and send it to your drive. But what I do is I'll just take the whole file of pictures. I'll right click, and I'll say send to, and I'll go to my drive. And I'll send it to my drive. It doesn't take long for us to see documents. Okay. All right. So let's say these are all the files in my documents, and I want those. So I'm going to go ahead and right click, send to, and I'm going to go to my ADA USB drive. That's what I have. So click on it. Okay, have some duplicate files. I can replace a file or compare them down to the system. Okay. And I do the same thing. I can go to my downloads. There's all my downloads. And I can click on that. Now these downloads can be important because it may be the program that you installed and they have that exe file so that you can actually, on your other computer, new computer, whatever you're going to use, you can actually go to your downloads and click, and you can actually install that program. Okay. So let's just say we want favorites. We're going to click on that, come down to send to, come down to my drive, click on it. All right. If we got the video, pictures, we got everything we wanted on our flash, close out of this, got everything we needed, I can go up to my computer and I can click on the flash drive, and there's what I downloaded. There was the documents and the favorites. Okay. So it's everything I needed right there that's on my flash drive now. Now how easy is that? I got all my pictures, my important files, and all I have to do now check the USB drive and turn it off. Pull my drive out. Now all my stuff's right here. I can take this to the new computer, or I can put it back on this hard drive. If I put it back in the same other computer that it came out of, and then I can go ahead and reinstall Windows 10. And once that's done, then I just take and put this in USB and copy everything else. Simple. Okay, let's. There's a little utility. If your drive's in there, there's a little utility called Crystal Disk Info. And on that Crystal Disk Info, I got an icon right here. Right here, Crystal Disk. I can double click on this. Cloud. And it comes up. And of course, this status right here is my C drive, which is on this computer right here. So if I want to, and I can tell right now, it goes bad, but I come over here to this little arrow button, click on it, so it picks up this drive, which is a little terabyte drive. And see, whenever it's cautioned, relocated sectors count. Whenever you have a caution, I wouldn't even use that drive for a backup, because sooner or later it's going to completely fail and you won't be able to get anything off that drive. And anything you put on that drive, the chances are you'll lose it all. So you don't want to do that. Okay. Just Google it, Crystal Disk Info, and that's CRYSTAL Info. And the program, the utility is free. You can download it and keep it on your system. Okay. Now, what I'm going to do is I'm going to turn this off, and I'm going to take the drive out. Now this other one, I checked it earlier, and it tested on Crystal Disk Info. It tested good, so it is a good drive. It just had the Windows got corrupted, or could have a virus or whatever. Anyway, but if I install Windows on this, boot up, why, I don't lose anything on it. So this is really good to do. Most people take it down to a computer shop and they make pretty good money doing data transfer. Okay? Don't get it confused of data transferring from data recovery. Data recovery is very, very expensive. They have a tough group. So now what I'm going to do let's say, for example, I've got new system right here, and I want to take my files and I want to put them on my machine. So I would just put it in a USB slot. Okay, you'll probably hear these. And it comes up. Okay, but again, I don't want it. I just go to this PC. And there's a drive here. And what I want to do, minimize this. This is what I do. Once you have these, you can change the size of these. You just go by the edge of the box. You see two lines. You can make it smaller, bring it out. Okay. Whatever size this is, when I open the file, it's going to be that size. So now I want to go to you should have that with a picture. It may not say your name or whatever name on it, but that's just a shortcut. And that was there where we went and got my this PC, the one that said for the user, was that right there. That was the other one. So right here, these are all my files. Okay. So I've got my documents, downloads, favorites, and all that. Now, I go here, and I'm going to go over to the flash drive, and this is what I want. Okay. Because I have quite a few knowledge. But all I have to do is take this file, let's say documents, for example. I take this documents file, and I would drag it over and drop it in my documents folder. Okay? And then it'll automatically be there. Same with favorites. I could take and click on it and just drag it over to my favorites and let go and drop it in there. And I can look over here and I've got my pictures. There's my pictures on my computer. And I can come over here to the drive. If I have pictures on here, which you can download. Click on it, send it over there, and drop it on there. Very easy. Very easy. Like I said, either one of these, the docking station or the SATA cable. Some say SATA, some say SATA. You know, it's like tomato and tomato. Anyway, that just has USB. These are very, very expensive. And that's it. That's how you would go ahead and back up all your pictures, music to a flash. If you have a lot, you might want to get a large flash drive. At least you can get up to a terabyte on a flash drive. Or you can just get an external, or you may even have an external, and just back it up all on one of your external drives. And then you can always take it off of that and put it on your system. All right. Well, that should conclude this segment. And on this, give me a like, thumbs up or thumbs down. Leave a comment. Let me know if this helped any, or if you have any questions, just leave it in the comment, and I'll address that on the next video. And if you like this channel, please subscribe. It helps me to get my count up. It doesn't cost you anything, but it really helps when you hit that subscribe button. If you want to get a notice of when my next video is coming out, when you subscribe, just hit the little bell icon, and then you'll be notified when the next video comes out. Again, thanks